It was supposed to be a night of celebration, the eve of Chinedu and Nkechi's traditional wedding. The compound was already being decorated. The elders had gathered palm wine, women were tying gele, meat was already sizzling in the pots. But Chinedu stood alone under the mango tree in the center of his late father's compound, staring at the ground. Across from him stood Nkechi, trembling, eyes wide with guilt. Her voice barely rose above a whisper. I can't marry you, Chinedu, I'm sorry. What? Chinedu asked, confused. I've met somebody else, Governor Emeka. I've made my choice. The words crashed into his chest like thunder. No explanation, no room for begging, just the name. Governor Emeka, the powerful, wealthy politician, known throughout the East. Chinedu didn't cry. He simply turned away and walked into the night. Let us return to how all this began. Nsukka Central Secondary School, where dreams were born in dusty classrooms. That's where Chinedu and Nkechi met. He was the quiet one, books always under his arm, chalk dust on his trousers, eyes focused on the future. She was laughter and light, confident, clever, the girl who could win a debate and dance competition during break. Their first meeting? A simple moment. She forgot her pencil during mathematics class. Chinedu had two, he gave her one. That small act became everything. From that day they were inseparable. After school they would walk home sharing puff-puff and talking about the future. One day I'll have a big farm, Chinedu would say. Not just my father's yam field. I want to build something big and real. And I'll be a teacher, Nkechi would smile. Or maybe own a school. We'll build our dreams together. Other students would laugh at them. Some called them lovebirds. Others would shout, I go love, oh. But they didn't care. Their love was simple, deep, and true. After finishing secondary school, Chinedu began his farm, planting cassava, yams, and tomatoes. He hustled, worked day and night, grew a small business, even bought a motorcycle for deliveries. One evening, under the orange tree near Nkechi's house, he knelt with a small box carved from wood. Inside it was a modest engagement ring. He said, Nkechi, I may not have much, but I have enough to start forever with you. Will you marry me? Tears in her eyes, she said yes, and not long after, the traditional wedding was set. But fate, or perhaps temptation, had other plans. It started innocently. Governor Emeka came to their town for a political rally. Nkechi was asked to help organize young women for a community event, and that's where he first saw her. The next day, a new phone was delivered to her house, then a designer handbag. The next week, a crisp envelope of 200,000 naira in cash. Nkechi was stunned. She told the courier there must be a mistake. To which the courier replied, Oga say make you enjoy, more go come. And more did come. When Governor Emeka finally spoke to her, it was smooth, like palm wine. You're too beautiful for this village life. I can take you places. What can a farmer give you? More than yams? Nkechi tried to resist. I have a fiancé and I love him. But the governor only chuckled. Love is nice, but love can't fly you to Abuja or abroad to places like London and Canada. Confused and overwhelmed, Nkechi turned to her parents for advice regarding Governor Emeka's advances towards her. Her father, Okonkwo, a man of few words, looked her straight in the eye. This man is not offering you love, he's offering you a leash. Chinedu may not be rich, but he has honor. But her mother, Mama Nkechi, had a different view. My daughter, this is our breakthrough. Yes, Chinedu is a good boy, but good boys don't buy cars. This governor is our chance to leave poverty behind. A quarrel broke out, father and mother yelling, Nkechi caught in the middle. And in the end, She chose wealth over love. She called off the wedding the night before she was to marry Chinedu. For a while, it felt like a dream. Nkechi wore laces from Italy, took selfies in hotels, sipped wine on rooftops, but always in private, never seen publicly with the governor. Before long, the rumors started to spread. Governor's side chick. People would whisper and laugh. One day, she received a text from Governor Emeka. Traveling, don't wait up. That was the last text and communication she would ever receive from Governor Emeka. She found out later that he already had a wife and 3 children abroad in Canada. The apartment that Governor Emeka had rented for her, locked. The car and driver he gave her, gone. The gifts, all reminders of a lie. She was left alone, her heart broken and names scattered like broken calabash. 2 years later, at Ogbete Market, the sun was high, the air was thick with spice and sweat. Nkechi was picking tomatoes when she saw him. Chinedu. He had changed. Chinedu was no longer the struggling farmer, but a man radiating success and wealth, confident, dressed well, and commanding respect. Beside him stood a graceful woman, smiling, holding his hand. Her name was Chinazo. Chinedu saw Nkechi and smiled warmly. Ah, Nkechi, good afternoon. It has been a while. This is Chinazo, my lovely wife. Chinazo, this is Nkechi, my ex-girlfriend that I told you about. Chinazo smiled, soft, elegant, not prideful, just content. Inside her, she was grateful. Grateful that Nkechi's mistake had led her to her Prince Charming. Nkechi stood frozen, eyes full of regret and close to tears, as she remembered the love her and Chinedu once shared. Chinedu and Chinazo walked away, their laughter dancing in the breeze. That evening, Nkechi returned home to her parents. She sat before them and spoke with a heavy voice. I saw Chinedu today. He's doing really well. His wife, she's so beautiful. They look so happy. Her father didn't even look up. Did I not tell you not to leave that boy? Nkechi turned to her mother, tears forming. Mama, you told me to go with the governor. You said love doesn't pay bills. Silence, her father shouted. Then her father turned to his wife. See where your greed has led your daughter. Her mother had no reply. Time moved on, but Nkechi's heart never did. She dated again, but she always fell into the hands of men who lied, men who cheated. One even hit her. When she finally married, it was to a man who treated her like a house girl, not a partner. No affection, no joy. And in the quiet hours, when the rain tapped the roof, she would remember Chinedu, the boy who had loved her purely, the man she had let go. He was my true love, she'd whisper, and I gave him away for lace and lies. And so therefore, this is the moral of the story. Do not let money blind you from love. Do not trade gold for glitter. And parents, may your advice be guided by wisdom, not by fear or lack or greed. For our elders say, the palm tree that forgets its roots will fall no matter how tall it grows. To Fiakwa. Let your choices be rooted in truth and not temptation.